Your phone is quietly writing a detailed biography about your life right now, and you can change the author. Think of your phone as a tiny reporter living in your pocket. It records locations, motion, audio snippets, and app habits. That reporter files notes to apps, platform servers, and invisible advertising networks. Some notes help features like maps or step counters. Others fuel an economy that builds profiles about you. Over the next dozen scenes, we'll identify what each sensor reveals, how data moves, and practical steps to regain control. Your phone is a sensor suite, a compact lab with GPS, motion sensors, cameras, and microphones. Each sensor captures a different fact. GPS logs exact places, motion sensors reveal walking or driving. The camera and mic capture visuals and sound. Even a battery meter and system log leave traces. These combined signals stitch a timeline of routines, relationships, and habits. That stitchwork creates powerful inferences that advertisers and data brokers value. GPS gives precise routes and home addresses. Open maps, and the app records where you start and stop. That single trail can show where you live, work, and favorite cafes. Turn GPS off and other signals still triangulate position. Developers often ask for always allow access for convenience, but that level of access creates a continuous log. Later, we'll see how combining GPS with other signals makes you uniquely identifiable. Accelerometers and gyroscopes track motion and orientation. They tell whether you're walking, cycling, or driving. Those sensors even reveal when you climb stairs or sleep. Fitness apps use this legitimately, but motion data also fingerprints routines, commute speed, gym sessions, and classroom attendance. Hidden in a steady stream of numbers is a pattern only a few companies need to reconstruct your weekly schedule. Keep that thought, because motion links directly to privacy risks. Microphones and cameras are powerful, but gated. Wake word detection often runs locally. Once triggered, clips can go to the cloud for processing. Apps require explicit permission to access mic or camera. Still, ambient sound and photos produce context, conversations, events, and locations. Photo metadata often includes timestamps and GPS coordinates. That's why apps asking camera or mic access should trigger skepticism. There's a line between useful features and invasive access. Bluetooth and Wi-Fi act like digital breadcrumbs. Your phone scans for networks and nearby beacons. Retailers can place Bluetooth tags in stores to measure foot traffic. Wi-Fi SSIDs and MAC addresses help triangulate position even when GPS is off. That means simply walking past a store can add to a profile about shopping habits. And small signals like push notification tokens can link a device across apps. Next, we'll look at cell towers and short-range tech. When sensors combine, they become inference engines. GPS plus timestamps shows work hours. Motion plus location flags gym visits. Co-location with the same device repeatedly reveals friendships. Advertisers don't need your name to build a useful profile. They just need consistent signals. That's how anonymous data becomes re-identifiable. The trick is how data flows next, which determines who sees those stitched stories. Data flows in two primary paths, first-party and third-party. First-party stays with the app that you opened to get a feature. Maps collecting GPS to navigate is first-party. Third-party comes from embedded SDKs and ad tech partners hiding inside apps. These third parties log events and often receive advertising identifiers. You rarely see them, yet they gather cross-app signals. Understanding that distinction is key to deciding which permissions to allow. Advertising IDs like IDFA and GAID make cross-app tracking easy. Platforms introduced controls. Apple's ATT requires prompts, and Google is evolving its privacy sandbox. But companies use fingerprinting techniques when identifiers disappear. Fingerprinting pieces together device model, OS version, fonts, and sensors to re-identify devices. Data brokers buy these profiles and resell them. That market creates persistent trackers that resist simple fixes. So what can you actually control on your device? Quiet signals, Wi-Fi scans, IP addresses, push tokens keep revealing you in the background. Your phone periodically scans for nearby SSIDs, those names fingerprint places. IP addresses reveal rough location and ISP. Push tokens connect campaigns to devices across apps. Alone, none seem dangerous. Together, they create linkable breadcrumbs that advertising systems and brokers use to expand profiles. That web of small signals often stays invisible until you audit network calls. Permissions are the primary knob you control. Apps ask for access to sensors and data. The golden rule: if a permission feels unrelated, deny it. Location, microphone, camera, contacts, and motion are high risk. Android and iOS offer while using, ask every time, and never settings. Choose the most restrictive option that still allows the app to function. Later. I'll walk through exact menus on iPhone and Android for a quick tune-up you can do now. Apps often request more than they need. A coupon app asking for always location is a red flag. Social apps reading your contacts without an invite feature is suspect. Developers sometimes hide analytics and advertising SDKs behind useful features. If a permission seems unrelated to the core function, revoke it. When developers complain, ask them why. You can restore access later. But start conservative. There's more. Indicators and dashboards that show recent sensor activity. Platforms added visibility tools. iOS shows a dot when the mic or camera is active. Android offers a privacy dashboard showing which apps used sensors recently. Use these indicators as early warnings. Check app privacy reports and privacy dashboard weekly. Spotting unexpected accesses helps you catch overreach early. And if you see a pattern, the next step is to cut background activity and reset identifiers. But what exactly should you change first? Let's get tactical. Advertisers profit through real-time bidding and SDK events. When you open an app, integrated ad SDKs log events and attach advertising IDs. Those logs enter auctions where advertisers bid to show you targeted ads. Data brokers enrich these profiles with purchase location or purchase history. That bidding happens in milliseconds. But the consequences last much longer. Understanding that market helps explain why small data points matter and how to minimize your exposure. Movement and routine reveal who you are without names. Repeated timestamps and locations carve out a daily map: wake time, commute, work hours, and favorite restaurants. Co-location patterns reveal friends or family. Visit patterns can flag sensitive activities like medical appointments or religious services. That's why precise location matters more than general location. We'll cover the easiest sensor changes that keep useful features while limiting these risky inferences. Is your phone always listening? Mostly not in common ads cases. Wake word detection runs on device. When triggered, snippets may upload for processing. Platforms let you review and delete those recordings. Apps cannot access mic or camera without permission, and both OSs show live indicators. Historical abuses happened, but broad, constant eavesdropping is not supported by evidence. If you still feel targeted by ads, it's often location and behavior. Not overheard conversation. Start with 3 practical habits. Delete apps you don't use. Restrict permissions to the minimum, and use approximate location when possible. Turn off background refresh for non-essential apps. Reset or limit your advertising ID. Those small steps cut most tracking without breaking core features. Next, we'll run through device-specific menus to make these changes quick and repeatable, so you can finish a tune-up in under 10 minutes. iPhone tune-up. Open Settings, then Privacy and Security. Review location services and set apps to while using or ask next time. Disable precise location unless necessary. Turn off Allow apps to request to track if you prefer fewer prompts. Check App Privacy Report to see domains and sensor access. Toggle Background App Refresh off for non-critical apps. Use selected photos for photo access. These steps tighten privacy without breaking most daily features. Use better tools where they help. Switch to privacy-focused browsers like Brave or Firefox. Use DuckDuckGo for lower-profile search results. Prefer Signal for end-to-end messaging. Consider DNS-based blockers like NextDNS to reduce background trackers. A reputable VPN hides your IP on public networks but doesn't stop app-based tracking. Use email aliasing tools to avoid leaking your primary address. Each tool reduces a slice of exposure. Together, they create meaningful friction for trackers. You have rights in many places. GDPR gives access, correction, and deletion rights in the EU and UK. California laws like CCPA and CPRA let residents know and opt out of sales or sharing. Global privacy control is an emerging browser signal to opt out. If an app misuses data, report it to the App Store, Google Play, or your regulator. Knowing your rights turns privacy tweaks into enforceable expectations. When an app crosses the line, revoke permissions immediately. Test the app offline or with limited access to see what breaks. Contact the developer and ask why a permission is necessary. Look up independent reviews from privacy organizations before reinstalling. Consider switching to a privacy-focused alternative if answers aren't satisfactory. Treat data access as a revocable contract, not a lifetime concession, and you'll be surprised how much control you can reclaim. Small changes compound. Fewer apps mean fewer trackers. Restrictive permissions limit data leaks. Stronger tools cut background calls. Platforms provide indicators and dashboards. Use them. If you follow a weekly tune-up routine, you'll dramatically reduce the data footprint you leave behind. But the truth is this: privacy is an ongoing practice, not a one-time setting. Keep learning, auditing, and adjusting, and your phone will serve you on your terms. If you see a permission request that feels off, remember this checklist. Delete unused apps, limit permissions, use approximate location, reset advertising IDs, and audit background activity. These 5 actions stop most tracking. Start with the easiest and work through the list weekly. Your future self will thank you when creepy accurate ads become a rare annoyance instead of a constant intrusion. Ready to do a quick tune-up now? Privacy isn't about paranoia, it's about control. Your phone can be incredibly useful without feeding a vast surveillance economy. With attention to permissions, occasional audits, and a few privacy tools, you keep features while limiting exposure. If this guide helped, follow the practical steps we covered tonight. And if you want walkthrough videos for specific phones and apps, say the word. There's more we can do together. If this helped, like the video, subscribe for a weekly privacy tip, and comment which app you want a walkthrough for next.